Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Starrapter and welcome to the channel. This is my review for Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. This is a virtual reality video game available for the Oculus Quest 1 and 2, and it's developed by ILMXLAB, who developed Vader Immortal for the same systems as well. So this one takes place during the sequel trilogy in between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. You play as a new character in Star Wars. They are unnamed. They are a droid technician. One day you are in orbit above Batuu and you are intercepted by the Guavian Death Gang, who wants a very special package that is aboard this transport. So you eject the transports, they go down to Batuu, and then that is the crux of the story, is that you go down there, you have different characters like Cecil Snack, who is a cantina owner, you have Mubo, who is a droid shop owner, and you run into some very familiar characters, such as C-3PO, as well as R2-D2. Now, this game is a little bit different than Vader Immortal, because whereas Vader Immortal was very much on rails, this game gives you more freedom of movement. They give you an option to teleport or to have free locomotion. And this is so liberating because with games such as Half-Life Alyx, as well as The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which also have that locomotion type feel for moving around, this definitely opens up the environment, and it does give you, like I said, that freedom of movement. You also have a lot more ranged combat in this game, whereas with the game Vader Immortal is more focused on lightsaber combat. This one goes all in on the blaster combat. You have several different types of blasters, from rifles to more of like a handgun variation. You have remote drones you can throw up. You have all different things like thermal detonators. So there's lots of variety, and you have an inventory system, which is really sweet. You can literally take this pack off of you and see the inventory. So that's something that Vader Immortal did not have as well. I think the graphics are really good. Now, I have an Oculus Quest 2, which is a big step up from the Oculus Quest. So I'm, anxious to see how that would look on the Oculus Quest, the original one. But man, I was really liking how this game looked. It was very smooth. And remember, the Oculus Quest is a completely untethered headset. This is not connected to the PC, and yet it felt so darn good. I can get about 2 hours of battery life from playing this game nonstop. And many sessions I have with the game, I played it until it literally died on me. That's how much I was into this game. I think that this type of game is something that I was waiting for a long time. After ILMXLAB released Vader Immortal, I said, let's get a smuggler game. Let's get a game where we're going to have more of gunfights and moving back and forth between cover, but there's also other mechanics, such you have this multi-tool, which you can use to open crates. It has an electrical feature. You can zap things. You have a way to cut through steel. You have a way to unscrew bolts to get at different things. You can pick up lots of objects, interact with them. There is a main quest that you go through, which is about 5 hours long, and then there's plenty of side quests that you can do as well. Now, this is called Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, and there's the main quest, but there's also these other quests that you can unlock in the game, and not all of them are out at launch. The first one is called Temple of Darkness, and believe it or not, this is our first step into the larger world of the High Republic, the brand new publishing push of 200 years before the Phantom Menace. In this story, you play as a Jedi Knight that actually teams up with Yoda. So that's very cool, because in this story, you do get a lightsaber. It's about a 15 to 20 minute experience. And while I thought the outlook of this was really cool, I was a little bit let down because the combat was very repetitive. It was just wagging your lightsaber at these little creatures called demlins, which oddly enough look like gremlins. But there wasn't any depth of combat. There wasn't any kind of Vader Immortal where you're dueling droids or blocking laser bolts. So I felt it very one note and a little bit disappointing, as well as the story just felt like it was mediocre. And that was my main point of this game, is whereas they made big steps forward with the overall gameplay mechanics compared to Vader Immortal, I feel like they did take a step back with the story. The story just didn't really hook me ever. It just seems like a bunch of exposition that they threw in just to give you a reason to do these different missions to keep going on. I know that this is not the end of the game. They're going to release more tales. I'm not even sure if they're going to be DLCs that you have to pay for, if they'll be included in the $25 game. Because with Vader Immortal, you paid, I think, $10 per chapter, where it equaled out to about $30 when all was said and done. I feel like the gunplay felt a little bit troublesome, a little bit glitchy from time to time. It did have the difficulty ramped up, and I was playing on normal. I guess I could always put it down to easy mode. the ending of the main campaign was very abrupt. Out of nowhere, I get the credit screen like, oh wait, that's it. You know, that's kind of my reaction. And overall, I mean, it's kind of a game that I wanted to have, but I'm just a little bit let down. I think it's a good game, but I think it had potential that it didn't quite reach. So with that being said, I got to give Tales from the Galaxy's Edge a score of a 7.5 out of 10, where if you want a really good direct Star Wars VR story, you want to play either Star Wars Squadrons or Vader Immortal. Now, if you want to explore more of the open, I wouldn't even call it open world, then this game is going to be up to speed for you. So for more on Star Wars VR, I have my review of Vader Immortal on the channel right now, plus plenty of other Star Wars content. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That way you never miss out on any of that content. That's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.